could take one player from every NFL team and put them on one team, how good would they be? Would they win the Super Bowl? Would they get the first pick in the draft? We're gonna test that today in Madden 23. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna spin the team wheel. We're gonna have 22 starting spots, really. We're gonna spin the wheel, whatever team it lands on, we're gonna pick a player from that team to add to our squad. Starting us off first, we've got the San Francisco 49ers. From the 49ers, we are going to take Fred Warner. Base team we're gonna be using is the Cincinnati Bengals. Try to bring my favorite team a Super Bowl. Next team we are stealing a player from is the Detroit Lions. We're going to steal Frank Ragnow from the Detroit Lions. The next team we are stealing from will be the Houston Texans. Now, the Houston Texans don't have a lot of talent, so we are taking Laramie Tunzel. The next team is going to be the Cleveland Browns. And with the biggest no-brainer move of all time, we're taking Myles Garrett.
Whoa, hello.
Next team is the LA Chargers. I thought about this one, but it's pretty easy. I'm going to take Derwin. My goal is to win a Super Bowl in the first year, so I need to make this team as good as possible, or else I owe you guys an Xbox or PlayStation gift card. Now we are stealing a player from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, a really easy pick here. We're taking TJ Watt. Now I have to steal a player from the Chicago Bears. Again, not a great one just because they don't have a ton of talent on the team. I guess we're gonna go Eddie Jackson right here. There's not a bunch of better options. Now a player from the Washington Commanders. This is another one that's kind of hard. They don't have a ton of talent. I think the best case here is going to be going Chase Young, so we're going to take him. We're stealing a player from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This one, again, is pretty obvious. We're taking Tristan Wirfs. That's an easy one. I don't know how much of the roster we're right now, but right now I feel pretty good. We've got a god squad, really. Next team is going to be the Indianapolis Colts. Again, a really easy pick, taking Quentin Nelson. This offensive line is going to be godlike. I really do think this team might win a Super Bowl in year one. I mean, they have to, or else I'm out some money. So, we've got the LA Rams here. Taking Aaron Donald doesn't really make a ton of sense here because we already have Myles Garrett. Since it's still the older rosters, I am going to take Jalen Ramsey. He's just too good not to take him. And with cornerback and wide receiver, I have to take him as cornerback one, so I'm trading him for the cornerback one. I have to take what slot they would be at. The next wheel spin has us taking a player from the Dallas Cowboys. They're making it really easy. We're taking Micah Parsons here. This team is going to be insane. Next, we have the Carolina Panthers. This is going to be a tough one.
Well, good luck with that.
I'm just going to take Johnny Hecker from the Panthers, get the punter out of the way, because, I mean, we have to take one. Getting there. I don't know how many we have left, but it's not too many. The Baltimore Ravens. Back-to-back special teams. I'm going Justin Tucker. You guys might think that's dumb, but I think that's a really good pick. Next going to be the New York Jets. Here, I would take Sauce, but I'd have to trade him for my cornerback one, so I'm going to take Quinnen Williams. And we've got the Miami Dolphins. For the Dolphins, we're going to take Xavier Howard to be your cornerback too. It just makes a lot of sense. Now we've got my Cincinnati Bengals. This one's kind of tough too. Obviously, since I'm biased, I would love to take Joe Burrow, but I don't think that makes a lot of sense for team building like this, especially since we get one from every team, so we already know who else is going to be there. I'm going to take T. Higgins as the wide receiver 2, because I'm going to have to trade for wide receiver 1, so I'm going to lose Jamar Chase, and I'm going to lose Tyler Boyd for wide receiver 3. So T. Higgins is probably the best wide receiver 2 I can get in the league. Las Vegas Raiders. For a bit of a cop-out pick, we're going Jacob Johnson, the fullback. Just to build the team in the strategic way that we have, it doesn't make a lot of sense to do anything else. Last ones, I'm just going to go through kind of quick, since it's taking a little bit longer than I'd like. From the Giants, I took Isaiah Hodgins. From the Jags, I took Darius Williams. From the Saints, I took Mark Ingram. For wide receiver 4, from the Cardinals, we're taking Robbie Anderson as our wide receiver 4. We're taking Daquan Jones from the Bills. We're taking Derrick Henry from the Tennessee Titans. We're taking Chris Lindstrom from the Falcons. Justin Jefferson from the Vikings. Patrick Mahomes from the Kansas City Chiefs. Dallas Goedert from the Eagles. So at this point, we have the Seahawks, Packers, Broncos, and Patriots left. We need very few. We honestly have all of our starters, so I'm just going to take a few backups. Taking Cody Barton from the Seahawks. I'm taking Robert Tonyan from the Packers. Kind of be mean, I'm taking Brett Rippon from the Broncos. We're taking Joe Cardona from the Patriots to be our new long snapper. And that is it. The crazy part of the video is over. We have one player from every single NFL team on the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, this team is insane. I don't even know what to say. But now comes the fun part. We're going to put it into Madden, and if I don't win a Super Bowl, that's when it becomes an issue. So we have a 96 overall team, 97 offense, and 95 defense. I mean, if we don't win the Super Bowl in the first year, I'm going to be shocked. As we're starting the season, we have to have crazy high expectations because we are so good. We have to win the Super Bowl this year, or else I'm going to be out some money. So, Zach, you better coach your ass off. We're going to simulate to the midpoint of the season just to see how every team's doing so far. Honestly, we should be undefeated. We're just so good. I'm going to be a little annoyed if we don't win every game. Looking at it right now, we are 7-0, so that's great. Patrick Mahomes is 2,000 yards, 18 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's really good. Rushing attack, Derrick Henry has 651 yards and 11 touchdowns in 8 weeks, or 7 weeks. That's crazy. Receiving, T. Higgins is leading the team, but Justin Jefferson is right behind him. I mean, look at all these receiving threats right now. Robert Tonyan has 4 touchdowns, and he's our backup tight end. That's insane. Poor Isaiah Hodgins. Defensively, Fred Warner, no shock to anybody. Myles Garrett with 8 sacks, Michael Parsons with 6.5, Quentin Williams with 5.5, TJ Watt with 2.5. I mean, if I had to go up against that defensive line, I'd poop myself if I was quarterback. TJ Watt has 4 interceptions for us. That's crazy. Jalen Ramsey with 3, then a bunch of guys with 1. We only have the 3rd most offensive yard, which is kind of crazy to think about. And we don't have the best defense. This is kind of weird. Let's simulate to the end of the season, see where we are in the playoffs, and then try to make our run for the Super Bowl. At the end of the season, we went 16-1. Did we lose the last game of the season? No, we lost a nail biter to the Chiefs. Joe Burrow had a hell of a game. That's crazy. I'm honestly shocked they lost. Patrick Mahomes went 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. That's nuts. Derrick Henry had 20 touchdowns and 1,500 yards. We had 3 receivers over 1,000 yards, and we had 3 receiving options with over 10 touchdowns. That is absurd. Defensively, Fred Warner really showed out, leading the team in tackles. Micah Parsons had 18 sacks. Myles Garrett had 17.5. That is an insane front. TJ Watt, Jalen, and Derwin all had 4 interceptions. That's crazy. We had the 2nd most offensive yards, so it doesn't look like we're the best offense. And our defense had the 6th best in defensive yards. That's not bad. Taking a quick peek at the playoff picture, I mean, none of these teams really surprised me, except for maybe the Cardinals in the NFC. But I mean, the Colts in the AFC, that's kind of surprising too. Let's simulate to the playoffs, see who we play in round 1. We're going to be facing off against the Miami Dolphins, who were 8-9 and made it into the playoffs. So let's see. I think we can win this game, so let's just sim it real quick. And we win pretty handedly, 35-14. Patrick Mahomes went 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's crazy. Derrick Henry added 105 on the ground. Justin Jefferson went for 103 and a touchdown, and T went for 93 and a touchdown. Defensively for us, Mike had 2 sacks, and Fred Warner got us a pick. So I face off against the Kansas City Chiefs and Joe Burrow in the AFC Championship, and we beat them 35-21. Another crazy game for Patrick Mahomes. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Joe Burrow had 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Derrick had 2 touchdowns on the ground, and I mean, we were just delivering the ball to everybody. Defensively, Derwin James had 2 picks. Fred Warner and Jalen had the other 2. In our facing off in the Super Bowl against the Philadelphia Eagles, let's see who wins. And you know, in the Super Bowl, we got to watch a little bit of it just because this is the fate of the whole video. If we win this game, I don't owe you guys a gift card, but if I lose, I owe you guys a gift card. Can Jalen Hurts get his revenge for last year's Super Bowl and win right now? I don't know. He's got a tall task ahead of him. I do want to watch the offense's first drive just to see how they do and how it looks, this crazy stacked offense. I think Derrick Henry's number 39, which is pretty gross, if I'm being honest. And Patrick Mahomes throws a pick right there. That's not a good start at all. Now we're just going to kind of jump quarter to quarter. There's been no points scored after the first. We finally drive downfield to get a field goal, but the Eagles look like they're about to score, and they did. It's 10-7 at half. This is crazy. It's 17-9. The Eagles have the ball. I'm just going to kind of go possession by possession. Eagles score. Bengals drive the field and score with ease. It is 24-12. The Eagles have to score in this drive or else we pretty much win, so we're going to watch this one. This defense is absolutely stacked. I'm going to be real shocked if Jalen Hurts has a really good drive against them. Oh, and they try to test us on the outside. 3rd and 10 right here. This is kind of do or die. They're probably going to go for it, even if they don't get it. Looks like Myles Garrett had some pressure. Oh, and it's almost intercepted. 4th and 10. They got to get it or the game's pretty much over. Myles Garrett gets double teamed. Jalen throws it out of bounds and turns it over. That's going to probably do it. Let's see, we're just doing quick sim, and that is going to do it. The Eagles try to score at the end, but they can't do it. It is 24-12. We did win the Super Bowl, so I completed the challenge. I'm not really shocked. This is kind of what I expected. I just didn't really know how it would come together. I kind of had an idea who I'd want to take from each team, but let me know if you guys would have done it a little bit differently. I think I could have drafted probably a more dominant team, so just let me know what you guys think. But there we've got Mahomes holding up the Super Bowl trophy, and until next time, peace out and stay safe.